The Second World War demanded air forces of unprecedented size. Nations required tens of thousands of pilots, navigators, bombardiers, gunners, and radio operators within months. Before any aviator could fly combat missions, they needed systematic training, progressing from basic flight instruction through advanced tactical preparation. Military trainer aircraft formed the foundation of this vast educational system. These machines taught fundamental flying skills, instrument navigation, formation tactics, gunnery, and bombing techniques. Without effective trainers capable of safely preparing novice students while withstanding the punishment of constant instruction duties, no air force could sustain combat operations. Every major power developed specialized training aircraft designed to transform civilians into military aviators. Primary trainers. The Boeing Stearman became America's standard primary trainer. This rugged biplane featured tandem open cockpits, fixed landing gear, and a radial engine providing ample power. Student pilots learned basic flight maneuvers, takeoffs, landings, and emergency procedures in the Stearman. Its forgiving handling characteristics tolerated student errors, while its strong construction survived countless hard landings. Over 10,000 were built, training the majority of American military pilots. The aircraft remained docile at low speeds, allowing safe instruction in stalls and spins. Its simplicity meant minimal maintenance between training flights, maximizing aircraft availability. The de Havilland Tiger Moth served Britain and Commonwealth nations as their primary trainer throughout the conflict. This biplane's light weight and gentle handling made it ideal for introducing students to powered flight. The Tiger Moth required precise control inputs, teaching proper technique from the start. Its open cockpit exposed students to the elements, preparing them for operational realities. Thousands of British, Canadian, Australian, and other Commonwealth pilots received their initial instruction in Tiger Moths before progressing to more advanced types. Germany's Bucher B-131 Jungmann provided primary training for Luftwaffe pilots. This compact biplane featured excellent aerobatic capabilities, allowing instructors to teach advanced maneuvers safely. The Jungmann's responsive controls demanded attention, quickly revealing poor technique. Students who mastered this aircraft possessed solid fundamental skills. Its economical operation allowed training organizations to maximize flying hours despite fuel shortages. The Polikarpov Po-2 became the Soviet Union's ubiquitous primary trainer. Simple construction using wood and fabric allowed production at facilities lacking advanced manufacturing capability. The Po-2's gentle stall characteristics and low landing speed made it exceptionally safe for novice pilots. Soviet training schools operated thousands, preparing the massive pilot cadres required for the Eastern Front. The aircraft later gained fame as a night harassment bomber, demonstrating its versatility beyond training duties. Japan's Yokosuka K-5Y served as the standard primary trainer for Japanese naval aviation. Students destined for carrier operations began their journey in this biplane. The K-5Y taught basic airmanship before pilots progressed to more demanding aircraft. Its conventional configuration and stable flight characteristics allowed safe instruction, while its rugged structure withstood training abuse. Basic and advanced trainers. The North American AT-6 Texan became the most important advanced trainer of the war. This single-engine monoplane bridged the gap between simple primary trainers and frontline fighters. Its retractable landing gear, variable pitch propeller, and enclosed canopy introduced students to systems found on combat aircraft. The Texan's performance allowed realistic tactical training, including formation flying, gunnery practice, and simulated combat. Over 15,000 were built for American forces, with thousands more supplied to Allied nations. British forces called it the Harvard. The aircraft's characteristic engine sound became instantly recognizable around training bases. Students who completed AT-6 training possessed skills directly transferable to fighters and attack aircraft. The Miles Master served Britain as an advanced trainer, introducing pilots to high-performance handling. Its liquid-cooled engine and modern design prepared students for Spitfires and Hurricanes. The Master's speed and maneuverability allowed realistic tactical training, while remaining forgiving enough for student pilots still developing their skills. Production exceeded 3,000, equipping training units throughout Britain and overseas. Germany's Arado R-96 provided advanced training for Luftwaffe pilots. This low-wing monoplane featured retractable gear and performance approaching operational fighters of earlier years. Students learned instrument flying, formation tactics, and gunnery in the R-96. The aircraft's responsive handling required precision, preparing pilots for demanding fighters like the Bf-109. Over 11,000 were manufactured, serving at training schools across German-occupied territory. The Fokker GI began as a heavy fighter design but saw limited use as an advanced trainer after Holland's defeat. Its twin-engine configuration and unconventional layout provided unique training opportunities for multi-engine pilots, though production remained minimal. Multi-engine trainers. The Cessna AT-17 Bobcat trained American multi-engine pilots, navigators, and bombardiers. Its twin radial engines, retractable gear, and spacious cockpit allowed realistic crew training. Students learned engine-out procedures, instrument navigation, and crew coordination. The Bobcat's forgiving characteristics reduced training accidents while preparing crews for larger aircraft. The Avro Anson became Britain's standard multi-engine trainer. Originally designed as a maritime patrol aircraft, the Anson transitioned to training duties as newer types replaced it in operational squadrons. Its twin engines and retractable landing gear introduced students to multi-engine procedures. Ansons trained navigators, bombardiers, radio operators, and air gunners alongside pilots. Over 11,000 were built, serving throughout the Commonwealth training system. The Airspeed Oxford provided advanced multi-engine instruction for British and Commonwealth crews. This twin-engine monoplane featured fully retractable landing gear and modern systems. Oxford trainers prepared pilots for bombers and transports while training navigators in dead reckoning, celestial navigation, and radio direction finding. The aircraft's reliability made it ideal for intensive training operations. Germany's Siebel Si-204 served as a multi-engine trainer and light transport. Its twin engines and conventional layout taught basic multi-engine procedures. The type entered service late in the war as Luftwaffe training programs struggled with fuel shortages and Allied bombing of training facilities. Specialized training aircraft. The Vultee BT-13 Valiant became known to American students as the Vultee Vibrator due to characteristic airframe vibrations. This basic trainer introduced students to more powerful aircraft after primary instruction. Its all-metal construction, enclosed cockpit, and increased performance represented a significant step up from open cockpit biplanes. Over 11,000 were manufactured, forming a crucial link in American pilot training progression. The Fairchild PT-19 Cornell served as an American primary trainer alternative to the Stearman. Its low-wing monoplane configuration and enclosed canopy offered different training characteristics. The Cornell introduced students to modern aircraft design while remaining safe for initial instruction. Thousands served at civilian contract flying schools, training military pilots. The Ryan PT-22 Recruit provided primary training emphasizing aerobatic capability. Students learned loops, rolls, spins, and other maneuvers, building confidence and aircraft control skills. The PT-22's robust construction survived intensive aerobatic training, while its responsive controls rewarded proper technique. Britain's Percival Proctor served as a radio and navigation trainer. This single-engine aircraft featured a spacious cabin accommodating instructor and students. Proctors taught radio procedures, navigation techniques, and instrument flying without the expense of operating larger multi-engine types. The Beechcraft AT-10 Wichita emerged from wartime material shortages. Constructed almost entirely from wood to conserve strategic metals, the AT-10 provided multi-engine training despite its unconventional construction. Its twin engines and retractable gear taught essential procedures, while its wooden structure proved surprisingly durable.
Glider training. Operational glider programs required specialized instruction beyond powered aircraft training. The Schweitzer TG-2 introduced American students to unpowered flight. This simple glider taught energy management, precision approaches, and emergency landing techniques. Students learned to operate without engine power, essential skills for combat glider pilots. Britain's Slingsby T-7 Cadet provided basic glider instruction. Students destined for assault glider operations began training in simple, unpowered aircraft before progressing to larger tactical gliders like the Horsa and Hamilcar. Germany maintained extensive glider training programs before the war, using types like the Grunau Baby and SG-38. This early emphasis on soaring created a pool of experienced glider pilots later mobilized for military airborne operations. Gunnery and bombing trainers. The Fairey battle found new purpose as a gunnery and bombing trainer after obsolescence as a light bomber. Its spacious fuselage accommodated gunnery students and their instructors. Battles towed targets for air-to-air gunnery practice and provided platforms for bombing training. The Blackburn Botha served as a navigation and gunnery trainer despite its troubled operational career. The aircraft's turret and bombing equipment allowed realistic training for bomber crews. Its poor performance as an operational type made it suitable for training duties where combat capability mattered less than instructional capacity. The Lockheed AT-18 Hudson provided advanced training for bomber crews. Modified from operational patrol bombers, AT-18s featured bombing equipment, gun turrets, and navigation stations. Students practiced coordinated crew procedures in realistic conditions before assignment to heavy bomber units. Link trainer and synthetic devices. The Link trainer represented revolutionary synthetic training technology. This ground-based flight simulator taught instrument flying without aircraft operation costs or weather limitations. Students practiced radio navigation, holding patterns, and instrument approaches in complete safety. Thousands of Link trainers operated worldwide, dramatically improving instrument flying proficiency while reducing training accidents. Various nations developed similar synthetic training devices, including bombing trainers, gunnery simulators, and navigation trainers. These systems allowed repeated practice of complex procedures without consuming fuel, aircraft hours, or risking accidents.
Training system integration. Effective training required systematic progression through multiple aircraft types. American pilots typically began in primary trainers like the Stearman, advanced to basic trainers such as the BT-13, then flew advanced trainers like the AT-6 before assignment to operational types. Multi-engine pilots followed parallel tracks through Bobcats and other twin-engine trainers. British Commonwealth Air Training Plan created a vast network of flying schools across Canada, Australia, Southern Rhodesia, and other locations beyond enemy bomber range. This system produced over 130,000 aircrew using standardized equipment and procedures. Germany's training system suffered increasing disruption as the war progressed. Allied bombing destroyed training facilities, fuel shortages reduced flying hours, and operational demands pulled experienced instructors into combat units. Training quality declined sharply during the war's final years. Training aircraft formed the essential foundation supporting every air force. Without effective trainers and systematic instruction programs, nations could not produce the skilled aircrew required for sustained combat operations. These unglamorous aircraft enabled the training miracles that created vast air armadas from pre-war cadres of professional aviators. The training systems and progression methods developed during the conflict influenced military aviation instruction for decades, establishing principles still followed in modern pilot training programs.